Hello, fans. I'm the PC Expert Amateur, and we are going to look at Please Don't Mind the Mess. I am currently in the process of packing because my landlord is forcing me to move out. I've been on a month-to-month lease since my 1-year lease expired. My landlord refused to allow me to get another lease because, that would allow him to kick me out whenever. And now he's doing that. So I pay my rent on time. I don't make a big fuss, even though the maintenance man hasn't done anything in my apartment that I've requested for a long time. There's stuff from 2 years ago, 3 years ago, that still remains unfixed. Some even from 4 years ago, after I stopped being the landlord's apartment manager. But yeah, so I've got until the end of July to get out. So, bit of a mess. These are boxes of stuff that I've packed up, so please forgive me. I know some people are very sensitive about messiness, and, well, here's what I have to say to you. This is actually not messiness, it's just untidy, okay? So, I don't normally review this kind of product at this point because I've been holding back on cooler reviews. I was planning to start doing AIO reviews, but the impending move has caused me to have to change directions. So, yeah. Anyways, I came across this, and Tusser is a brand I've been wanting to look at, but I haven't had much luck in getting in unless I want to go to Temu or to AliExpress, and I'm not willing to do that. I thought I had a Tusser, and then I had to return it. Or no, that was a Tishrik. Sorry, I have a Tishrik cooler actually. It's crap. So, anyways, this is what we're looking at: the Tusser VC-C270H. And this is a GPU cooler, and it's got an ARGB stripe along the metal part here that holds it all together. And to show you what I mean here, and it comes with some screws. So you get 2 screws to attach this bracket here. The bracket doesn't come installed. I actually had to shift the 3 fans in this direction a little bit in order to be able to screw this in because they were misaligned with the holes of this frame here. So the ARGB strip is right here. These are 90 centimeter fans, and they're pretty thin, as you can see, and they're not powerful. However, these are supposed to be fans to help cool off your GPU or graphics card more specifically, since this is big, and a GPU is only going to be like, a portion of this, or a portion of this, or a portion of one fan. So this is just there to give a boost. Now, you would have to be careful to mount this in such a way that you have the bracket on the correct side. So if the fans are sucking in, and you're going to put it with those fans, I don't think it's going to help very much because these are not powerful fans, so they might actually slow things down. You might want to put them on the opposite side. You might want to use this instead of the built-in fans. If your built-in fans are damaged and non-functioning, you could remove the face and the damaged fans and then use this instead. But I'm not sure exactly how effective this is going to be. You could also try to figure out a way to mount this somewhere else, say at the top, to work on the VRMs or something else. I guess there's some flexibility in it, but let's take a look at the ARGB strip, which is just a standard ARGB strip, fortunately. No special connectors required, unlike some other brands. So let's go ahead and see. It looks bigger in the advertising than it does in person. Everything's larger than life in advertising, which is, in and of itself an advertising trick because they blow up the image. So that's what that looks like. Let me just turn there. Now, this is just feeding off my standard setting of rainbow, great, constant changing of color across the rainbow. I don't know how many colors this actually supports. It is not listed here. And since Tooser is not available everywhere, I got this off of eBay, new, which was, I think, perhaps fortunate. But let's go ahead now that we've exposed the beauty of the strip, so to speak. Let's go ahead and check out these fans. And please, they're underwhelming, so don't get excited. Oh, let me just first turn off the window fan so it's not disrupting the sound per profile. All right, so I've got it as low as it can go, reasonably speaking. I'm being reasonable, I mean, about this minimum speed here. And I can't really hear anything. I'm starting to hear a little bit of a low-pitched noise from them. All right, so you heard it, including it hitting the foam rubber. Sorry. As far as pressure is concerned, there is very little pressure. I mean, it's like 0.5 maybe, probably less. Yeah, it's really close to that. So this is not going to, in my opinion, it's not going to do much for a graphics card as a replacement, just because, well, this is what happens when you take such thin fans and if you're going to push them through a graphics card, you definitely have to remove the face and the fans, and hopefully these are stronger than the fans that are already on your graphics card, or you can use them somehow to supplement them, although I'm not sure that's even realistic. Now, these are daisy chained together. I did actually open it up, and they actually have them daisy chained and glued onto the ends of the fan, or the sides of the fan. And but again, you will have to install this, and I did again have to adjust the direction. So let's go ahead and take a look at the specs such as they are.
Okay, the Tooser VC-C270H ARGB GPU auxiliary cooling fan with ARGB side, and this is a $30 device. One side paid for shipping. Triple fans with RGB, and it doesn't have heat pipes or compatibility with different kinds of CPUs because it's not a CPU cooler. This is the first time I've ever bought something like this, and I thought it was an interesting thing to look at. It has no certifications that I could find. Made in China, made of plastic and steel, and other metals probably. And 280 millimeters long, 98 millimeters wide, 20 millimeters thick, or if you go by the point where the bracket is connected, it's 60 millimeters thick there. And then the heatsink dimensions are unnecessary because there isn't a heatsink, because this is just fans. The fans are 90 by 90 by 15. You say, why is it 20 on the overall dimensions and 15 there? Well, because the fans are bracketed by a strip of metal that's been folded to cover both sides so that you can attach it with the fan's bolts. There's no indication on the MTTF or the warranty. It has ARGB, I don't know how many. It supports ASRock, Asus, Gigabyte, MSI. And there's one other that I couldn't figure out what it was because the symbol is not one that has an indication of the brand. 285 grams of weight. Don't know what the model of the fans is. They're made there are 3 of them made with plastic and metal. 11 blades, 83 millimeters between the mounting holes. Speed is 1800 plus or minus 10%, 33.6 CFMs, and I'm gonna guess that I'm gonna say 0.4 millimeters of air or water for the static pressure, 16.8 decibels, which that sounds about right. 43.5 centimeter long fan cable with that's daisy chained. You can't see it because it's underneath that folded metal. No sleeving. Also 49 centimeter long ARGB cable that is daisy chainable and no sleeving. 3-pin DC plus standard ARGB connectors. Fluid dynamic bearing, 12 volts, 4.32 watts, 0.36 amps. So we're looking at, this is one of the few companies that actually gave the information on ARGB along with the Zalman and a couple of others. 5 volts, 1.3 watts, 0.26 amps. So we're looking at a total maximum of 5.62 watts and 0.62 amps. No indicators of direction of rotation and flow. Turns in a clockwise direction. 20 screws plus 3 for the bracket. No clips. It has a bracket. That's the mounting kit. And and then this is not relevant because it doesn't need any thermal compound. No screwdrivers or anything else other than we get corner cushions that are underneath that folded piece of metal that brackets the fans on the one side. And that's all there is.
Thank you to Grindler, aka Lawrence Abrams, who is the owner of Bleeping Computer, for consenting to allow me to put my results in text form on Bleeping Computer's forums, as well as linking to my videos. Please visit Bleeping Computer, support them, make use of them. They're a valuable resource that's been around for 20 years, and they deserve support. They have lots of resources. You can learn about cybersecurity from them. You can get help with malware on your computer. You can get help with all kinds of stuff. They have a range of volunteers who help people who come there for advice, and they're very knowledgeable people for the most part, and some of them are very, very, very helpful. OldSod has been very helpful to me over the years that I have asked for input on things, and so thank you to Bleeping Computer. Thank you to the volunteers on Bleeping Computer. Also, thank you to my peers on other tech forums who are so kind as to provide me with input, suggestions, feedback, and so on. I really appreciate it, but my greatest thanks goes out to Bleeping Computer because you are my text home, I guess you could say. All right, thanks also to all my viewers and subscribers. Appreciate you guys. Please like, subscribe, and share. Have a great day.